AM 1430 KRGI 105.5 FM. Good morning. I'm Brian Gallagher. This is Community Connection. It's brought to you by Cornhusker Toyota Honda, Nebraska's only combined Toyota Honda dealership. On Thursdays, we focus on education, and we have several guests on hand on behalf of Grand Island Public Schools today. First, I better introduce the chief. Beth Butters is here to guide us through on why we're here and what we're going to do. First, Beth, welcome. Good to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
And you have some guests with you. We need to say hello to Jayson, Shelton.
Hello.
And Analee Adams.
Hi.
They are part of the Poetry Club at Grand Island Senior High, and they're going to be having a special event next week. And so, Beth, I'm going to let you kind of get started on who's going to be here and why we're doing this.
Yes, we're really excited. We're going to have our state poet, Matt Mason, come to our school next week. He'll be here November 8th through November 10th. He'll be visiting a lot of classrooms, giving mini workshops. And we're really excited for the public to join us on Thursday, November 9th at GISH. We're going to be in the Little Theater, and Matt Mason will be reading his poetry from 7 to 8:30, so we hope to see you there.
Matt is the state poet.
Yes.
And you mentioned that he's going to be visiting a number of classrooms. This includes, as I understand, some elementary classrooms?
Yes, that's correct.
So getting young ones involved in poetry, you're really trying to touch them early while that thought process is still going on.
Yeah, in fifth grade, they have a really great poetry unit. So as they're finishing up their poetry unit, we wanted to have them have an opportunity to speak with an actual poet.
Nice. Jayson, I know you're involved with the group. Let's talk about your love of poetry and why it attracts you.
So I really love poetry because when I think about writing a piece or reading a piece, I think of getting to know someone a little bit better because whatever I read, it's a little bit of them that I'm getting. A little bit of their experience, their life, who they are. I'm getting to know a person a little bit, and people are getting to know me a little bit if they hear something I write.
I can tell you've already done this. This isn't your first rodeo. How many different pieces do you think you've written, or how many people have you written
Lord.
something about?
Well, I don't write a lot of odes. I think I've written odes to 2 people.
Okay.
But I like to write more, I guess, abstract ideas. My favorite piece I've written is called The Life of a Library. And it's about an empty room, and people come in and start to fill it with things, change it, and it becomes something new. It becomes a library.
Well, I see where you're going with this. Yeah, you're just really taking it from nothing and literally making it a blank canvas and letting it grow right before our eyes.
And then for the ending of it, it reflects on itself and says, in the beginning, I was just an empty room. And it goes back through that thought process, and the library itself expresses its want to give back to people because people gave to it. So I like to write pieces about that hopefully inspire thought. And I think that's why poetry is a really powerful tool and why I love it, because it can be used to create a beautiful change and a beautiful way of expression.
Oh, I love that. Analee, how about you?
Yeah, so I originally joined the Poetry Club because I was not in a really great mental health space, and I just needed something to kind of get me going. I kind of just started writing poems out of nothing. I'd written songs before, things like that, but they weren't really sticking with me, and I just wasn't enjoying it as much. So, yeah, I joined the Poetry Club, and now I write poems. I try to write at least a poem every day, and it's really amazing. It's definitely a good way for me to kind of cope with my emotions, and I'm able to kind of look back at my poems and kind of see, like, hey, maybe I'm struggling with this, I can work on this. And it also is giving me the opportunity to build my confidence. I'm definitely a lot more confident now that I've been writing poetry and performing poetry, things like that. And recently I posted on TikTok one of my poems, and it inspired some other people, and it said, gave them confidence to try and share their poems, and it just kind of means the world to me, where I just know that I can help other people through it.
Wow. You hear people write songs about life experiences, but you've done the same thing with poetry now.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about the tune to match it up.
Exactly.
I mean, here are the lyrics, here's the story, here's what I'm trying to say, And apparently it's working.
Heck yeah. I really love it. It's definitely, I love sharing my poetry with other people. And kind of like Jayson said, it allows people to see me without me having to explicitly say, here's everything in my life. And I can write sad poems, and I can write happy poems, and I can write poems about people. But it all has such important meaning, and I love being able to share that with people.
Oh, this is so cool. Jayson, Shelton, Analee Adams are alongside Beth Butters today. Beth, Matt Mason's coming next week as the state poet. He's somebody that literally has toured the world.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the places he's been.
I know that he, through the State Department, has had many opportunities to travel around the world and present and share his poems and give workshops. So we're really excited that he will be coming to us to also share those same opportunities with the public and our students.
I love the name of the group, too. All Rights Reserved. And then Rights is WRITES. All Rights Reserved Youth Spoken Festivals are going to be coming up in April. Matt will be doing his poetry workshops. And then the reading will be next Thursday in the Grand Island Senior High Little Theater, November the 9th from 7 till 8:30. It is free to the public. So if you'd like to get out and enjoy that, I'd highly recommend it. But otherwise, you get a chance to share some thoughts and maybe your dreams or your stories or whatever your plan for your future is. And suddenly I'm seeing big smiles from these two because they're going, that's exactly what we talked about. So this obviously has become a wonderful outreach mechanism for both of you. And I think this is something that, Beth, you're proud of, too, because suddenly they're just kind of going, well, I was kind of hoping they would talk on the radio, and they're doing just fine. So congratulations. This is really cool stuff. And it's just neat that there's that kind of an opportunity. And let's just see if we can't get a few more bright minds of the future sharing with us. So, Jayson, I want to say thank you. Analee, I want to say thank you. Beth, I want to say thank you for just kind of tagging along, making sure things are well. But you guys were great.
Thank you.
I really hope this goes well next week. And make me a promise. If you write something really good for the future, I want you to share it directly with me. Fair enough?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I can see the wheels are turning already. Thanks for coming in. Good morning from AM 1430 KRGI and 105.5 FM.